Let there be peace among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar. Welcome. Renunciation. We are speaking about renunciation because freedom is not possible without renunciation. So say the sages. And we see for ourselves all those in ancient times who were seeking freedom, they had to renounce everything. Kingdoms, queens. And Siddhartha, who became Buddha after having won freedom, he also had to abandon kingdom, queen, and everything. So it's very important to speak again about renunciation. And for the last 1 week, we have been speaking about it differently. And today also we will speak. It's easier to understand if some parable or some stories are told. It is easy to pick up the instructions. We cite another king who was very lucky to have a very wise queen also. And this queen, while a princess, had studied all the sutras, Vedantic sutras, Yoga sutras, and also Siddha Yoga. She is now married to one king and slowly introducing the king, studying sutras, and whenever some sage, some sadhu, some yogi is in the capital, and she will request the king that he be invited to have satsang in the palace. So this went on for some years, and this queen was already enlightened queen, and she could not directly speak to the king because he was not ready, and giving any kind of instruction when someone is not in a receptive mood, it's very useless to speak about freedom, enlightenment to that person, like rain falling on the sands. It's no use to cultivate and sow the seeds in the sand. Likewise, those who are not receptive, it's waste of time to speak about sutras or about freedom to them. They cannot get any benefit from the satsang. You must have burning longing for freedom. Then the sutras are going to help you, also the satsang. So this king, for some years, every day studying with this queen sutras, and when possible, satsang. So one day he decides with the queen, and queen is not speaking because he is not receptive. And also he is not listening to his own wife. And then he decides, one day, I have decided to renounce everything and search for freedom, and I hand over the kingdom to you and the ministers. In my absence, you have to look after the kingdom, and the ministers are very wise. You can very well govern this kingdom in my absence. So he leaves in the night. He has not informed the queen also, and he went away. So the queen already knew that he is always saying, I have to go to forest for freedom, so he has left. So next morning the king is not there, he has not gone to the court, and she told her ministers that the king has gone on a very special private visit. So in his absence, I will look after the kingdom. So this queen, now she knew some siddhis through the Siddha Yoga, and she could search where the king was. So without disclosing him, he has known where the king is and what he is doing. He was in the deep forest, constructed a hut, thatch hut, and meditating. So she would, at a distance, make a visit to this king, hermit, or her own husband, and will not disclose anything, and seeing, let him get involved into meditation. So about 3-4 months have passed, and now the king is now very ready to speak to, and she disguised herself as a yogi and appeared in front of him, and the king welcomed this guest and worshipped, and then asked, "Who are you?" And she gave some fake name to this sadhu. You are doing very hard penance, and you have left the kingdom also. So you tell me all about your life, so that I know before telling you something what you have to do. So king is very happy that this sadhu already knows about me. And then he said, I am a king of this state. I have left this kingdom, and I have a queen also. She is very wise. But I told her that I have to go and meditate and get freedom. And he told all about how he left, and now he is here. So for a few hours the queen stayed with him and then left, also attending the court also, and coming to spending 2, 3, 4 hours a day. So the king said, I have come here and renounced everything. And this sadhu says, what have you renounced? He says, kingdom, my treasure, my queen, and now I am in the forest. And he said, the sadhu says, you have not renounced everything. There you are a king living in a palace, and here you are a yogi living in a forest. you are not changed. By renouncing kingdom, ministers and queen, you are not changed. So there is something else to be renounced that you have not done. So you have to renounce that. Now this king turned a yogi, says, I will burn this hut. And few things that he had, kamandal or a water pot, stick, and the asan, deer skin, that he saved, and of course his robe also. And he burnt the whole hut. Now I have renounced everything. And then this sadhu said, by burning the hut, you are not changed, you have not renounced. Something else has to be changed, that you have not done it. And then he said, of course, I have these things, I have yet a stick and the water pot, and that also he threw into it. And said, now I have renounced everything. Not yet, he says. There is no change in you. By doing this, you are not changed. When you left the kingdom and you turned a yogi, you are not changed. Now, by burning this hut and also the stick and also the water pot, you are not changed. You have to renounce something else. So he threw away his robes also. He is now naked. He hasn't got anything. And again the sadhu said, that which had to be renounced has not been renounced. Then this hermit, now he found there is only one thing to be renounced, and that I have not done it. That I am going to do. And he speaks to this sadhu. Now I throw myself into the fire to complete my renunciation. And the sadhu said, even then there will be no change. You have burnt everything, there is no change. And now you are going to burn this body, you will not change. Again, in proper circumstances, again you will get this body again. Because you have not renounced, that has to be renounced. Now this yogi was very sattvic due to his practices. And the sadhu is telling, this body is inert. This body has got nothing to do with it, even if you burn or don't burn. It's not the body that has to be changed. Just like you have burnt your hut, you have burnt your robe, you have burnt your water pot and all the rest, you have not been changed. Even by burning the body, you will not be changed. So that which had to be renounced, that you have not renounced. Now, this sadhu, now he thinks there is only one thing that I do not know what else to be done. So he requested, what else is left? You don't allow me to burn this body, what else I have to renounce? So this sadhu says, that which functions through the body, that energy, that was in a king, in a hermit, and that has burnt the hut and everything. So that has got nothing to do with these things. and you will not change unless you do it. So you are burning the body. Body is inert. So why you burn this body? Through the body, through this body, body is going to be an instrument through which you will earn freedom. So don't be foolish once again. By renouncing everything, you are not changed. By burning the body, you will not be changed. So what has to be renounced is only the mind. And that you did not do when you were a king. And your queen was telling you about it, and you called her a foolish woman. Even then you came, you didn't listen to her, and you came here, but you were not changed. Now, to change, you have to abandon this mind. As you were not changed by giving up your kingdom, giving up your queen, and giving up your hut, and giving up your robes and everything, you are not changed. Therefore, by renunciation of the mind, abandoning the mind, you will not be changed. There will be no change. You can function very well without the mind also. And working without the mind, this is something which is called renunciation. And that could be done even when you are a king. So now you renounce the mind and speak to me. Who are you? So the king now says, not the king, this yogi. I am an absolute peace and happiness. I am an absolute peace and happiness. What next I have to do? He says, now you have to find out who I am. Who I am. Then by doing this, you will know exactly who you have been and who you are, and you will not be changed. That energy, that self, that substratum is changeless. All the rest have changed. The king has been changed and became yogi, and hut is destroyed, everything is destroyed, and you are not changed. Like this, even when the mind is gone, the senses are not functioning, this energy will function, and this energy is called consciousness. This emptiness is called emptiness, and in this emptiness, the Gautam, the Buddha, Siddhartha always abode in this thing. He found his permanent abode in this emptiness. So like this, you stay in this emptiness without the mind. And this is called consciousness. And this is another name of freedom, enlightenment, emancipation, and end of all sorrow, suffering. And here ends the cycle of birth and death. And this is called supreme state, which can be readily won here and now by simply renouncing the ego, that I am so and so, I am king, I am yogi, I have done this renunciation. So this is all what has to be done now itself. And you are free. You have not to plan this. You have not to plan through any meditation. You are already consciousness. You are already bliss. You are already existence. This is all you have to do. So renounce the mind. By renunciation, the mind, don't be afraid, because many people ask questions. Without this we cannot work. You try and see. Om. So I'll go for some time. Just I'll be back. Joel. What is his name? Joel?
Love John. This is love.
John. Who is John? Oh, you? Come here. Papaji. 9 years ago, my brother died, whose life was as dear to me as my own. Since this, I cannot stop asking the question, where did he go? What is death? Or more accurately, where are we now? What is this before our eyes? Could you please help me with this question? Thank you. Okay. First you find out, I was speaking about this just now, first you find out who you are, and then you will know who your brother is. Who are you? When your brother died, are you speaking about his self or about his body? What do you speak about? Huh?
I know his body died.
Body, okay. What is body composed of? What is body composed of? What do you call body?
It's just...
Huh? Is it not body, flesh, bones, blood, marrow, excreta and what not? Is it not this body? So do you speak of these things, where did they go? Are the Atman in it? Are the self? Are the life? What do you speak about?
Where is that? Where is the... I know where the body went, but where is...
This is the body.
Yes.
Or you call it in other ways, body is composed of 5 elements, no? 5 elements. 5 elements are earth, water, fire, air, ether, no? Which are, this is what the body is. So from where they came, there they returned. Elements, 5 elements. If even the body elements goes, you have borrowed these elements and composed this body for the purpose that you want to make use of it for your desires to be fulfilled. And now your desires have not been fulfilled. And these elements are now sick, living together. And they return back to their own elements back. You have not lost anything. Neither the elements are lost, neither you have lost. Fire went to fire, breath, and liquids to liquids. Earth part is bones and skin. They went to earth. They will lie in the form of ashes. Or when you bury, they will become earth again. And water will return to water. And fire that we breathe enter into fire. Air, air. What have you lost in this thing? What you borrowed, you return that money back. Even then it's no loss. So what is left now? What's left is not destructible. What's left now is not destructible. How the body moves. What makes the body function? I was speaking a little while ago. What's that in you?
Energy. That energy.
Yes, that energy.
That
Yes.
energy.
Now you said, you asked this question.
Yes.
Through which energy you asked this question? Is it the hands, feet, head, ears, nose?
No.
No. What is that energy that has formed this question even? And without that energy, who is the brother and who are you? So knowing that, you will know everything. So try to know that.
How do I do it? How do I try to know it? How do I
This is how. Now find out how, who am I? Simply ask this question. You will find it. Here and now you will find it, as you say. I want to know it. Who am I? Yes, find out. Ask this to yourself. Ask this question to yourself, and what answer do you get? And you will meet your brother also. I guarantee you will meet your brother in this answer of this question. Who am I? 3 words, no? Who, from who to am to I, and then tell me what next. Tell me now. This question has been asked, so don't touch this question. Now dive beyond to find an answer, and you will meet your brother there.
I'm here.
Who, you am, he am, I, name and finally you will see peace, happiness and everything. That's all. that you are. That's what you are. That's what everything is. And this is called eternal peace. Eternal peace is here. It's changing. This will not change. So if you want to have brotherhood with someone, have brotherhood with changeless, it will not die. Try to have a relationship with the changeless and start with the changeless, which is abiding in the center of your heart. Okay, go back and see this is what you are. Not changeless. Any question? Any more question? What is the brother? No one dies and no one is born. This is the truth.
More question.
In the dream also you make so many relations. No? In the dream, when you dream, you have also relationships with so many people. You see so many things. You see men, you see animals, and you see mountains, you see rivers. So when you wake up, what do you see? When you wake up, all is gone. Like this also is dream-like, because you don't know how to wake up. To wake up is question, who am I? And you will wake up.
When you wake up, then you don't stay up. Or do you? Once you wake up, when
You will
down,
have,
it was what
you
makes
will have a slight memory. When I dreamt, I saw my dead brother, I saw. And when you wake up, during that dream, you will not call him dead. You play with him together, and when you wake up, then you say, oh, he was dead. It's a dream, it was a dream. Like this, you wake up and you will see, this is a dream. You have to wake up. So when you see any name and form, you are dreaming. You are dreaming, still dreaming. So how to wake up? Question to your own mind. Who am I? Then the dream goes. And without this question, the dream will continue for millions of years. And this dream is with you for the last 35 million years. And now the time has come to wake up. Now, to Papaji. Thank you 1,000 times. Thank you. I do not know now to express my gratefulness. I have been to Germany and Switzerland for 4.5 months. And it's been really amazing. On my last day of satsang, in July, he told me that I have to say now, Aham Brahm Asmi, I am this. And it did work. Even in the greatest noise of disco, where I worked, it was always there. What a relief. I am always this guide. In deep gratitude and surrender. Mahendra, who is Mahendra? This guy. Well done. Brahmasmi is a slogan. After the war, they said, victory, victory, victory. This is called Aham Brahmasmi. What a relief, doubts are just clouds. And I am this guy. I have no finance. I have no finance. You have to make finance. How did you get it? How did you get it so slow? I told you the story, the king had to abandon his kingdom and also the queen. And you got it as it is without any kind of renunciation. How simple it is. How simple in your case. You are not to renounce any kingdom, did you? Okay. How did you get it? What happened? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything.
This
Just
seeing that this always between everything that I see there's a gap. And looking at the gap, not at what and not at the thoughts, not at the just what's in between.
very simple. Very simple. The thoughts will move away like clouds, and you will not move. This is like changelessness. And clouds are changing always. Clouds, you see cloud in front of the sun. They won't stay always in front of the sun. Sun is sun. Clouds will move. So if you look at your thoughts, they will vanish. And you remain the same. Not to give up the changing thing. These are the changing things, kingdom and heart. And all the rest. You will not get peace. And you have simply to find out I am changeless. And you can only become changeless to renounce this ego. Changeless, like screen of the cinema screen. The projections come and go. The screen remains the screen. Right? Convinced, very much. You have to convince yourself by yourself, by sutras, and by instructor.
I have written this letter because sometimes you say that you get mail from people and they say they've lost it when they went to the West.
Yes.
And I really wanted to say that
You are not lost. You have people who do
it's
it.
really
You get the letters to see you are lost. From here, when you go to motion, it's our last. East, west, north, south are only notions. More emotion. The mind doesn't know what is north and south. It's only emotion. Get rid of emotion, that's all. Get rid of any emotion. And you have to free yourself from emotion. And this I itself is emotion. I spoke to this man, I itself. So let I, just for 1 second, just for 1 second, 1 instant, 1 moment, 1 finger snap, 1 wink of the eye, don't lose the word I and tell me, what is it? What is brother and what is sister and what is mother and what is father? I rises, time rises, past, present, future rises. Millions of years past will rise instantly when you utter the word, just one word, I. And when it ceases, everything ceases. Right now it's don't touch this serpent, it will bite you. So in the night when you sleep, you don't touch it, and how happy you are, isn't it? You don't touch the side. And where is your world? Where is your sorrow? Where is your brother, sister, parents? Where is your most beloved person? Sleeping next to you. And this is God. This is God peace. All less emotion. Then next morning you wake up. I am out of it. Then you are driving. And when you wake up next morning without I, you don't suffer anything, you don't lose anything. You can work well without I. This nobody has asked how, neither anyone has said, I can do it. And no such question has been asked me, how to rise up without I. No one has asked me this question. Who is Mamta? More or less, the letter is the same. Now you tell me who dictated whom.
The self-dictated. The self-dictated.
Self.